He's a bad politician. It's amazing. I mean, if he didn't have the money, he wouldn't get any votes because there's no compelling reason to vote for him. The guy's a major loser. But it would be nice if he would call me. I would change my mind immediately. He said, you know, because everybody knows Chicago is a hellhole right now. Everybody knows. It's not like he's saying, Chicago has much better numbers, right? Well, what's much better? You mean 100 people are going to be murdered? It's going to be much more than that. So I would have much more respect for Pritzker if he'd call me up and say, I have a problem, can you help me fix it? I would be so happy to do it. I don't love, not that I don't have the right to do anything I want to do. I'm the President of the United States. If I think our country's in danger, and it is in danger in these cities, I can do it.
In his latest press conference, Donald Trump took direct aim at Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, calling him an incompetent man who has failed the people of Chicago and the state of Illinois. Trump claimed residents feel deeply unsafe under Pritzker's governance, citing rising crime and poor leadership. The sharp remarks sparked backlash across Illinois, with local leaders accusing Trump of political grandstanding. Donald Trump escalated tensions by vowing to increase the number of federal troopers deployed in Chicago. He described the plan as a way to take control of a city in chaos, openly criticising city officials. The move has been described as an attempt to override local authority in the name of law and order. Critics warn that such action could militarise neighbourhoods and inflame tensions rather than ease them.
As for Chicago and cracking down on crime, it is a priority of this administration to ensure that American cities are safe again. And I'm so glad that you brought up the crime in Chicago, because we've been seeing the governor of Illinois parading out there saying that there's nothing wrong with Chicago, it's a great place to live, there's no crime there, he doesn't need President Trump's help. Well, I think the residents of Chicago beg to differ, and the statistics beg to differ, and I'll just share a few of those statistics with all of you. For 13 consecutive years, Chicago has had the most murders of any U.S. city. This is J.B. Pritzker's legacy, by the way. For 7 consecutive years, Chicago has had the highest murder rate among U.S. cities with more than 1 million people. In 2024, just last year, Chicago's murder rate per capita was 3 times higher than Los Angeles and nearly 5 times higher than New York City. That's more than double the murder rate in Islamabad and nearly 15 times more than Delhi.
In response to Trump's threats, the mayor of Chicago signed a bold order titled Protecting Chicago. The order emphasises local control and rejects federal intimidation of residents. The mayor insisted that Chicagoans deserve protection, not fear-mongering from Washington. The action marked one of the strongest challenges yet against Trump's push for federal intervention. Governor Pritzker turned the spotlight back on Trump in a fiery interview. He accused Trump of staging conflicts in Chicago to gain popularity and global recognition. According to Pritzker, Trump is more interested in chasing the Nobel Peace Prize than helping people. The governor insisted Illinois will not serve as a platform for Trump's political theatre.
Johnson has barred Chicago police from assisting with immigration enforcement, blocking cooperation on patrols, traffic stops and checkpoints. The mayor also ordered city departments to defend residents' constitutional rights, warning of a possible militarized federal presence.
Receive credible reports that we have days, not weeks, before our city sees some type of militarized activity by the federal government. It is unclear at this time what that will look like exactly. We may see militarized immigration enforcement. We may also see National Guard troops. We may even see active duty military and armed vehicles in our streets.
US officials say the crackdown could begin as early as September 5th, part of a wider effort to expand federal enforcement in Democratic-run cities. Johnson accused President Trump of acting as the biggest threat to our democracy, quote-unquote, calling the move politically motivated and reckless. Chicago now bracing for a federal surge amid a bitter clash over immigration and power.
Despite his heated rhetoric, Governor Pritzker softened his tone in later remarks. He expressed willingness to work with the federal government, but only under one condition. Any federal involvement must focus on jobs, infrastructure, and long-term development for Illinois. Observers see this as Pritzker challenging Trump to focus on real solutions, not publicity stunts. Trump doubled down on his criticism of Chicago, saying violent crime proves local leaders have failed. He argued the federal government must take control to restore safety in the city. This message resonated with some of his supporters, who blamed Democrats for rising insecurity. But opponents warned that Trump's rhetoric risks escalating fear and dividing communities further.
Well, what he's suggesting is against the law. And so the very first thing that we're doing is preparing to go to court to prevent or stop what he's attempting to do. Second is drawing attention to the fact that it's illegal, unconstitutional. Frankly, it's un-American to send troops into American cities when there's no emergency, there's no insurrection. And he's only doing it because he wants to disrupt future elections. He wants to cause fear and, frankly, to inflame people on the ground by sending troops. How about help us hire police? Instead of sending troops into the city of Chicago, how about help us with violence interruption, which is something, by the way, that we have some really good teams of people that do. And now he's taking money away from that. And you would think that if you're going to take this truly drastic action, that you would have to have a drastic situation on the ground and that you'd want to know what the facts are. And so you'd call people who are on the ground who are living it every day, like the Chicago PD or the Illinois State Police, but nobody's received any calls, and particularly not me.
Political analysts are slamming Trump's vow to infiltrate Chicago with more troopers. They argue the language is provocative and could incite more unrest rather than solve problems. Many see it as a calculated move to portray himself as America's law and order president. Critics say the real goal is campaign optics, not meaningful change for struggling neighbourhoods. The mayor's new order protecting Chicago is being hailed as an act of defiance. It reflects growing resistance against federal intimidation and a defence of city autonomy. Supporters say it shows leadership that puts people above politics in times of tension. But critics warn it could set the stage for a bitter legal clash with Washington.
We hope that they don't send any troops along with ICE. And if they do, they'll be in court pretty quickly. Because that is illegal. Posse Comitatus does not allow U.S. troops into U.S. cities to to fight crime, to be involved in law enforcement. That's not their job.
If they're doing federal immigration work, a judge might say, if they're protecting those federal agents, that's okay. I mean, you'll just fight that in court as long as you can.
Well, National Guard troops, any kind of troops on the streets of an American city don't belong unless there is an insurrection, unless there is truly an emergency. There is not.
Have you been briefed by anyone in the administration about these plans?
No one in the administration, the president or anybody under him, has called anyone in my administration and me, have not called the city of Chicago or anyone else.
Governor Pritzker issued one of his strongest rebukes yet during an interview. He accused Trump of using Illinois as a stage for popularity stunts and fake heroism. Pritzker argued the president's goal is not safety, but applause and media attention. The message has energized Democrats nationwide, who see Pritzker as standing tall. One of Pritzker's most striking claims was that Trump's actions are about global prestige. He accused the president of seeking recognition on the world stage, even eyeing the Nobel Peace Prize. The governor suggested Chicago is being used as a pawn for Trump's personal legacy. This allegation has fueled debate over whether Trump's motives are political, global, or both. On the streets of Chicago, residents find themselves torn as political battles intensify. Some admit they want stronger measures against crime, even from the federal level, but many fear that Trump's intervention will escalate violence and bring chaos, not peace. This divide highlights the difficult realities citizens face beyond the headlines. experts say this confrontation is about more than Chicago. It's about national politics. Trump is using Chicago as proof of what he calls democratic failure to govern effectively. Meanwhile, Pritzker is positioning himself as a defender of states' rights and local authority. The outcome of this battle may influence not only Illinois, but America's political direction in 2025. Thank you for watching, and if you liked our content, please support us by giving a like to the video and share it. And for more content like this, subscribe to the channel.